be a useful bit of advice for people, but eating before you go to bed is a real bad idea and actually negatively affects your sleep.
Yeah.
And it can actually cause heartburn that you don't even know is happening. And that subtle heartburn affects your sleep because you're horizontal and your body's digesting. So if you want to improve the quality of your sleep and be healthier, it's do not eat right before we're going to sleep.
Yeah.
It's like one of the worst things you could do.
Some of the biggest mistakes I've ever made. I've done that particularly after comedy shows. I'm starving.
Sure.
I'll come home and I'll eat, and then I go to bed and I just feel like shit. And I wake up in the middle of the night. Like,
it's gonna crush your sleep, and it's gonna damage your pyloric sphincter and your esophagus, and it's so. In fact, drinking and then going to sleep that's one of the worst things you could do.
Yes. Yeah.
So just try to avoid drinking and eating
booze.
Drinking
booze.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't small amounts of alcohol that evidence suggests it doesn't have a negative effect on
I put it in the same category as delicious food. It kind of makes things a little more fun. I like it.
I mean, some of the people who have lived the longest, there was a woman in France who I think maybe has the record or close to it, and she had a glass of wine every day. So
yeah.
It's like small amounts is fine. Yeah, this is like I learned this like quite late in life. It's like just avoid having alcohol and avoid eating at least 2 or 3 hours before going to sleep, and your quality of sleep will improve, and your general health will improve a lot.
For sure.
It's a big deal, and I think not widely known.
Do you have time to exercise?
A little bit.
Do you have a trainer or anything?
I do, although I haven't seen him for a while. But especially if I'm out, like say working on Starship or something in South Texas, and I'm just living in I got a little house there in Boca Chica Village. And I don't have much to do, so or like I'm working and I'll do just lift some weights or something, maybe I don't. Some people love running. I don't love running. But
what do you like to do exercise wise?
To be totally frank, I wouldn't exercise at all if I could. But I'd prefer not to exercise. But if I'm going to exercise and lift some weights and then kind of run on the treadmill and maybe watch a show that if there's a compelling show that like pulls you in.
Right. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Yeah. Watch a good movie or episode of Black Mirror or something like that. It's great.
Man, don't watch Black Mirror before going to bed either.
Well, don't watch Black Mirror today. It's too fucking accurate.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wait, this already happened in real life.
Yeah, they're too close.
It's too close.
Well, didn't you say that the guy who makes Black Mirror?
Today yet? Oh, my mic's off. He said it's not a good time to start season 6.
Yeah, he wants to hold off because reality
he's nailed it.
Is Black Mirror.
Oh man,
it's like he's gonna have to like reassess and attack it from a different angle.
Yeah,
you should try something that's fun to do. That's not just like learn a martial art or something like that.
I did martial arts when I was a kid.
Did you? What'd you do?
I did Taekwondo. I did karate, Kyokushinkai karate.
Oh, all right, cool.
And Judo.
So you really branched out.
Yeah. And did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu briefly.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where?
In Palo Alto.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. I was going to suggest that. That's a great thing for people. Like, that's a thing about jiu-jitsu. If you look at it from the outside, you think, oh, a bunch of meatheads strangling each other.
Sure.
But there's some of the smartest people I know are jiu-jitsu fiends because first of all, they get introduced to it because usually either they want to exercise or learn some self-defense.
Sure.
But then they realize that it's essentially like a language with your body. Like you're having an argument with someone with some sort of a physical language. And it's really complex. And the more access to vocabulary and the sharper your words are, the more you'll succeed in these ventures. And that's really also an accurate analogy of what jiu-jitsu is.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got. I mean, probably like a lot of people, for the way early day, the first MMA fights in Royce Gracie, and he was just like incredible, and it was like
Yes.
just like
Technique.
yeah, he was like winning against people way bigger and that kind of thing. And it's just like, whoa, this is cool.
It was what martial arts were supposed to be when we were kids.
Yeah.
When you saw Bruce Lee fuck up all these big giant
Yeah.
guys, like, wow, martial arts allow you to beat someone far bigger and stronger than you.
Right.
Most of the time, that's not real.
Especially if they know martial arts too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
Yes, but in the UFC, when Royce Gracie, off of his back, was strangling
Yeah.
Dan Severn with his legs, you're
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This guy's being pinned by this big giant wrestler, and he wraps his legs around his
Yeah.
neck and chokes him to the point the guy has to surrender.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, Royce got beaten up pretty bad in some of those.
He definitely had some rough fights.
But
The
he
chemo
won.
Fight, he
Yeah.
won. Yeah. He's a legend. But what it showed, and I mean, I'm a huge lover of jiu-jitsu. What it showed is that there is a method for diffusing these situations with technique and knowledge.
Yeah.
And I think it's also a great way to exercise too, because it's almost like the exercise is secondary to the learning of the thing. The exercise is like you want to develop strength and conditioning just so that you could be better at doing the thing.
Sure.
And the analogy that I use is like, if you had a race car and you could actually give the race car better handling and more horsepower
Yeah.
just from your own focus and effort.
Sure.
That's really what it's like.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. When am I going to be able to...
My kids, I should say, I sent my kids to jiu-jitsu since they were like, I don't know, 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So it's been a
awesome.
while, yeah.
It's a great thing to learn. It
Yeah,
really
it
is.
seems like a good, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe something like,
Sorry.
I mean, even if you just have someone who holds the pads for you, like you get a workout in and it'd be fun.